Hey everybody, Chuck Barone on Wednesday, June the 19th, 2024. It's Juneteenth. Not really clear what kind of weird holiday this is, but it gives everybody a day off. So if it's good for working people, I like it. Anyway, nice to be here every day today on a holiday, kind of cool. No stock market to talk about today. By the way, I saw in the chat. I don't know the algorithm very well, but I do know the statistics on who watches the show, and the bulk of my audience is age 50 to 65, even 50 to 70, really. Most of the people watching this show are a little bit older. I don't have the fancy crypto. A lot of these younger guys want real fast trading information. They love the doom and gloom stuff. My market, a little bit older, a little bit more, I don't know, I don't want to use the word conservative, but I mean conservative financially, kind of old school. Um, you know, the way we used to do things, normal people do things, not some of this crazy ways with, super fast trading options, which I would never recommend to anybody, and all kind of stuff like that. But anyway, yep. So most of the people watching this show, I'm not surprised to see everybody on here a little bit older. Not a surprise at all, because guess what? Older means smarter, and that's the audience we get here. The people who are a little smarter, who don't go for all the hype, crazy stuff like that. I don't have to start my title every day with oh my God, it's the world is ending tomorrow. You've seen me joke around. I put insert daily crisis here is the title because this is the stuff that gets the clicks, gets the clickbait stuff. You know what? Even if it costs me views, cost me a little bit of an audience. I would rather have it where you guys are learning something practical, something real. It's more real finance on this channel and a little bit less entertainment. I am amusing and everything, but not like some guys, not like my friend Greg who makes funny faces and has incredible nicknames and the things he does. But anyway, happy holiday to everybody. I hope everybody's enjoying the day off. Might as well, right? If they're going to give us a day off, let's make the most of it, especially on a Wednesday. How odd is that? But let's move to it. All right, so let's talk about the show today. Just a couple of things I wanted to go over today. I wanted to go back in time, all the way back to the very beginning of the show, and talk about the 8 things that I talked to you guys the most about, and I still talk about all of these things all the time. I just haven't done a show where I put them all together like I'm about to do. Now, this is the idea, my idea, for all the people watching this show. Things you can do, practical, easy, not complex. Don't need to know super mathematics. Normal lifestyle things you can do that can help you build and generate real wealth. Okay, so let's go through this. Number one, the first thing I always recommended, and you guys have heard me talk about it ad nauseum, save 10% of your income. If you can't save 10%, save as much of it as you can. But if you're saving 10% of your income and you're living on 90% of your income, truthfully, guys, you're already rich because you're living in surplus. And ultimately, that is the definition of rich, of wealth. You have more than you need. Now, obviously, in society we're in today, we have different levels of that where people have like 100, 200, $300 billion more than they would need for 100 lifetimes. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not realistic for what we're doing here. This is ways everyday working people, my beloved schmuckatellis, can build and hold on to real wealth. So saving 10% of your income does so many things for you guys. It's amazing how it works. Hard to get started, hard to do it. Really is hard to do it. But once you do it, once you've learned to live on less than you make, it's very difficult, especially with all the marketing you're getting hit with and all the bombardment of spend, spend, spend you get every day. And you know how it goes. Once you have some surplus, that surplus turns into, well, now it's time to buy a new car. Now it's time to go get that new Armani suit. Now it's time to take that vacation, whatever. Hard to hold on to, not alone, let alone save it to begin with, but hard to hold on to it. So that was the second part of the equation. Save 10% of your income, Build up your $25,000 FU account. Now, I talked about the FU account at length as well. Actually, did a separate video on it. The FU account is pretty simple. What it is just in case you ever have to tell your boss, FU, right? You have the emergency account where you now, well, the way I learned it, my mentor taught me about this. If you're living your life correctly, you should never have a problem that you can't get through with $25,000. And you know what? That's true, because the only things that can really happen to you that you can't get through with 25,000 is some big legal stuff. Don't forget the soap. $25,000 is the perfect number that you have crisis money put away. Now, this money goes into a special account. Now, you don't want to be spending it on, oh, it's an emergency this month, I need to make my car payment. This is for real emergencies. I lost my job. Somebody's sick. You know, my air conditioner blew out in my house and it's going to be 10 grand. That kind of emergency, not like, oh boy, you know what I mean? You can do that, Attila. You can hold the FU account in gold, but the idea of this FU account is to make sure that it's there when you need it. Gold kind of goes up and down, right? And you could get stuck where you have 35,000. You could get stuck where you have 15,000. You know how that goes. So that's why I always talk about holding the money in cash. This is not something you want to worry about getting a big return on. Okay, it's there more for your sleep at night money, your sleep well at night, your security, it'll change your life, because no matter what you're going to be facing in your life, it's not going to be the crisis that it would be without that money, right? Okay, moving on. Number 2, no new debt. If you can possibly help it, don't borrow money. Don't go getting into debt, especially credit card debt. You have to buy, if you're buying a house, that's one thing, right? If you're using it on a vacation to have fancy dinners, completely something else, right? Don't take on new debt, especially right now. Let's get into a more positive cycle, and then we'll take on debt if we need to, but that's never a good idea, guys. No new debt. Number 3, if you have existing debt, do what you can to pay that debt down. Even if you have $1,000 on your credit card, just an extra $5 a month. Elevate, touchdown Tommy on today. Nice. Paying extra, chipping away at that debt, even by the smallest amounts, going to make a big difference. Less interest you pay, the quicker you get out of debt. And I'm telling you guys, a debt-free lifestyle is the key. So paying down debt if you possibly can. Investing your money conservatively. We've talked about this extensively on the show as well. The typical portfolio should look like about 50% stock, and this is conservative stocks, utilities, dividend-paying stocks, consumer non-durable, soap, that kind of stuff, Procter & Gamble, Unilever, those kind of companies. Utility companies, preferred stocks are good. They usually have big fat dividends and are a little more stable. You don't get too much of the up and down. This is the kind of conservative investing, about 50 to 55% in stocks, about 15% in precious metals and alternative, and about 30 to 35% in income producing stuff, treasury bonds, corporate bonds, AAA rated stuff that you know is going to really pay. Okay, that's conservative investing. Be a smart spender. This is number 5 on the list. Don't be careful of the impulse stuff, guys. They have all the good stuff right in front of the cash register. So as you're checking out, you're like, oh, I need a pack of gum. Oh, I need this candy bar. Oh, I need this magazine. They got all the stuff that grab it and bumps your bill up. Be smarter than that. Don't do impulsive stuff. Be careful of online shopping. It's super easy to overspend online. And especially if you're using credit cards, don't do it. Be a smart shopper. We all have to spend money. We have to buy food. We have to buy clothes. We have to buy things to live our lives. Great. Buy those things. Take care of that. Do what you can do, but don't waste money. Don't waste money. And that the definition of waste is all about what you're most comfortable with. For me, though, I always know when I'm wasting my money. Don't do it. Be a smart spender. Number 6, which is better, guys? Increase your monthly income or reduce your monthly nut? Well, the way my mentor taught me, we were sitting in the middle of a big sales room and we were looking at some of the sales guys, and he asked me, Chuck, who would you rather be? That guy right there, he makes about $4,000 a month, but his nut is less than $2,000 a month. Or would you rather be that guy there? He makes $10,000 a month, superstar. But because he makes that much money, he lives a super wealthy lifestyle. He basically needs every penny of that income to maintain that lifestyle. Which would you rather be? The high flyer or the guy who lives within his means? And it was a really, really, really good lesson to me. I've seen people who never really earn massive incomes get extremely wealthy because they manage their nut. They manage their monthly debt. They manage their monthly outgo, right? So if you're fortunate enough to ultimately pay off your house, you have no car payments, you have no credit card payments, and you have no debt, you'd be amazed at how easy life is. It's when they get you on that treadmill, when they get you on that running, right? Running, make payments. Get off that treadmill, guys. That's the death trap. That's where the corporate world wants everybody. They want you in debt. They want you in up to your eyeballs. They know that it makes people work 10 times harder. That's what they want. They want you on that payment treadmill where you get your paycheck, you pay your bills online, write checks, whatever, boom, boom, boom. You're all done. You got $68 left to last you till your next paycheck. You got to figure out how to eke it out. Guys, let's get away from that kind of lifestyle. Monthly income is important, and the more you can earn, the better. Okay? But the secret is managing your monthly nut and doing everything you can do to keep that monthly nut as low as you possibly can, because that gives you extra money every single month to save, to invest, to spend even, to have your vacation, to have your lifestyle, and still at the same time be able to save that 10%. Easy peasy, right? Number 7, own your rent. Everybody has to live somewhere. Everybody has to pay money for rent. Everybody has to pay money to live. Here's the deal, guys. If you possibly can, own your own home. You'll never, ever live in an apartment or rental place and never not have rent. If you own your own home, ultimately, if you really work at it diligently, you'll finally have a place where you have no monthly rent. Now, there's always taxes and insurance to pay, okay? But not having that mortgage payment is a lifestyle change that is, well, I just got to tell you guys, there's probably no better feeling in the world to know that you have everything in your life is free and clear. And you don't have to worry about paying them that interest every month. You're only an interest earner. So own your rent, guys, if you possibly can. Now, I know right now is a very difficult time to buy a house. Prices are through the roof. Interest rates are through the roof. Payments that are coming out of because of those two things are through the roof. It sucks, okay? But nonetheless, here's the truth. It's only going to suck more down the road, because sooner or later, rentals are going to catch up to those prices and go higher even. It's just the way the world works, guys, okay? So, and here's the deal too, as interest rates come down, everybody waiting to buy houses until rates come down. Here's the truth. When rates do come down, there's going to be a stampede of buyers into this market. All you're going to see is prices go up. Am I right, Jordan? When this market changes, it's going to go from seller. Right now, it's a buyer's market. Sellers are a little scared. They might not sell their house. They might not get the price they want. So they're willing to work with you. You can get concessions from the seller right now. When rates come down, if rates are at 5, guess what? Prices are going to adjust. It's going to go to a seller's market. You're not going to get those concessions. And anybody that knows a little bit about real estate knows I'm telling the truth here. And the last and most important thing out of this whole list, guys, take care of your health. Take care of your health, guys. Don't neglect your health. Even if you're super young and you feel like Superman still, don't neglect your health, man. Eat good whole foods. Party, have a great life. Just don't do it to excess. Get your weight in order. Try to get a little bit of exercise. Try to get your heart rate working every once in a while. Lift a little bit of weight. Do the things you need to do to keep yourself healthy. Because I don't care how wealthy you get, if your health isn't there, the level of wealth just doesn't mean anything. Take care of your health. All right. So there's the shtick. This is what I've been talking to you guys about forever. Okay. This is what I've been telling you guys. This is the game plan. This is the way you get your wealth starting to build, the way you get your life in order, the way to live where you can breathe easy, man. You don't have to, everything isn't a crisis. And I tell you guys, the level of stress it'll take off of you is just unbelievable. Huge, huge. Anyway, that's it for the day, guys. I'm going to go now. My wife's cooking up a storm today, man. She's making a fantastic meal. We're going to have a super nice evening. And I'm going to do my best to enjoy the rest of this holiday. Back to the grind tomorrow. And I'll be here tomorrow to bring you guys the news you need. We'll get all kind of interesting data tomorrow. We'll get jobless claims and a whole bunch of other stuff. It'll be interesting to see how the market digests that retail sales info, especially having a day off like this. It'll be interesting to see how the market opens tomorrow and how everything works itself out. In the meantime, everybody, have a great holiday. Have a great evening. I'll be back tomorrow to bring you the news you need. Until then, everybody, take care. Thanks.